Well, China and Russia share a annoyance with the United States. The U.S. is I wouldn't say a common enemy, but a common irritant. And in that sense, coordinating is an alignment of convenience. I don't see it as a deep alliance in terms of something that will last 10 or 20 years.
Is there any reason to believe that Beijing and its peace plan for the Ukraine can amount to anything, can be successful? And in your mind, especially given the fact that Vladimir Zelensky wants to see a complete and unconditional withdrawal of Russian troops, something that that peace plan does not contain, is it achievable? Is it viable?
I don't think the Chinese peace plan that we've seen so far is realistic. The Chinese don't want to irritate the Russians. I think what might happen is if the spring offensive that Ukraine is planning has a degree of success so that Putin feels that a ceasefire makes sense, the Chinese might press him to accept something which is a more serious plan than what's been proposed so far. I hope that will be the case, but I can't be optimistic.
Do you expect to see China alter its position regarding Russia and its war in Ukraine?
Well, it may alter it somewhat in the sense that supporting Russia over Ukraine has hurt China's position in Europe overall. China cares about its soft power, its attractiveness in Europe, and it's lost a good deal through the strong support of Russia's invasion of Ukraine. So China would like to, I think, pose as the peacemaker, and that's going to require it to push Russia a little bit harder if it wants to reduce the damage that it's done to its reputation.
And indeed, I'm sure China is closely watching the impact of the sanctions on Russia by Western powers. But the sanctions themselves, would you say, sir, haven't had the desired effect to the desired degree, given that Russia is trying to find a way around these sanctions to fund its war effort? It's still managing to find buyers of its oil, for example, in China and India.
Well, sanctions tend to work slowly. And we've seen that in the Russian case. But notice that China has not provided military equipment to Russia because of the threat of secondary sanctions, which be damaging to the Chinese economy. So sanctions are not a silver bullet that solves all problems. On the other hand, they're not an empty vessel either.